Hey, welcome back. We're going to continue working on this pig pen. I'm going to get as far as we can today. We're going to start here in this corner by this H post. We're going to come up to the gate post here along that fence line, and then we're going to go along that fence line that you might have watched us build the fence along the back of this pen here. We're going to put the hog panels across there as well. The pigs are coming in a little bit more than a week. So I've got basically till next week, the end of the next week, to be able to get all this finished. I've still got to get the shelter done, as well as put these the hog panels up for the pen itself. So let's get on it. Okay, so in order to get the rest of this one or cut to the length, I'm going to use my angle grinder here with a metal cutoff wheel on it. We're just going to cut this straight down here, use the long end, and we're going to nail or use fence staples. We're going to nail that end to the the wood fence post over there on that H brace, and then we're going to use the wire to attach it to the fence posts that are along this same row. Once we've got that one finished, that side will be secure, and then we'll go ahead and start figuring out how to run it from the gate fence post up across here, and we'll do that. So let's get this cut and put in place. Back at it again this afternoon. It's about 5:30 on a Wednesday afternoon, and got an hour and a half or 2 hours I can put into it this afternoon. We're going to start working on this front side of the pig pen, start putting in some T-posts and the hog panels, and see how far we can get before we lose our opportunity today. So let's get after it. I better do a good job. The supervisors are here this afternoon.
Good morning. It's about 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning out here. I'm going to be able to get as much as I can done today. And so we're going to, last time we finished up this wall up to where the gate's going to be. And I'm not quite sure exactly still how I'm going to build that gate. Got some thoughts going on in my mind about that. So instead of trying to continue that way, I'm going to pick it back up over here in the corner and go along the back fence line and apply the hog panels to the right to the fence. We may need an extra T-post in there every so often, but we'll see. So we're going to go all the way up the back side, then go up the ditch, and then come back up to where the gate's going to be. Hopefully we can get all those panels in today so that the next time I come out I can be working on that gate and finishing that up and finishing up the pen itself. Then we're also going to have to do the still going to have to do the shelter. I've got some ideas that I already want to take care of with the feeding. I think it's going to be very simple, and then I also ordered the pieces that I need for the waterer. So I think I'm going to put the waterer kind of over here in the shade where it doesn't, so the water doesn't get too hot out in the direct sun. And then so then we'll be happy to go get those pigs this coming week. We've got less than a week to get those pigs, so I've got a lot of work left to do to finish this up in order for those little creatures to come live on the property here with us. So excited about it. It's going to be a good day of work. It's nice and cool this morning. We're starting early this morning. I was up about a little after 6 o'clock, did the other animal chores, had a little bit of breakfast out here. It's right at 7:06 right now in the morning. It's a beautiful clear morning so far. It's like in the mid 60s, so this is a great time to work here in North Georgia. It gets awfully hot in the afternoons. You've seen me sweating a whole lot. I'll be sweating here in just a few minutes anyway, but it gets pretty hot here, so you got to take advantage of the cool parts of the day and come out and work in the mornings. Sometimes take a break in the middle of the day when it's so super hot, and then work again in the evenings, in the late afternoons and evenings. So anyway, let's get to work. Sunlight right in here is kind of harsh, so I don't know if you can tell, especially on video, but across here where I've just laid, it's fairly straight, fairly flat, but then we come to this big tree. I think this is a sycamore tree up here, and it's a big one just on the edge of the property line, and that root comes across there, and there's a root right there. So that's coming out this way, and it's filling in this whole area, and there's a swale that comes down here. Of course, it goes right on the shadow line, so you really can't see it, but a vertical drop from here down to here of about 2 feet probably down to this area here. So what I have to do is let me back out, is I'm tying this end of the this cattle panel to this post here, and then I'm going to come across straight, because these cattle panels don't really bend, this way. They'll bend this way, but they don't bend this way at all.
not like fence does. You can see the fence line drops here. Anyway, so I'm going to come across here straight, and then I'm going to cut it, and I marked my hog panel right there. So I'm going to cut that right there. I'm going to tie this together and then come in this one between this post and this post with the rest of that hog panel, and can't come at an angle down to there, and hopefully that'll work okay. Again, this is really just reinforcing this fence. I don't anticipate the pigs are going to get out anyway, but I tend to overbuild things, and so that's the plan anyway. Let's see how it works. So the last full piece that I put in ends right here at this post. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that my corner. And so I'll take this one and tie it into that one, put another T-post on the side that'll go here. And then, I don't know if you can see this or not, but this is basically the water drainage from the property. Our whole property is on a hillside. And so the water goes, and this was a swale that was basically cut in many, many years ago. And so the water runoff from up the hill comes down right through here. As you're working on a project like this, sometimes you just gotta stand and figure it out a little bit. And it doesn't, especially when you're dealing with land that's not flat, you can't just pull a tape measure and string it up and figure it out. So sometimes you just have to think on it and see what's the best option. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to stop talking about it and get it done. There, that'll tie that in. See how that works? That'll tie that in real well. Okay, I think I've got it figured out what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is I've got one hog panel left before I have to go to the store and get more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these two T-posts in here. So I'm going to extend this part of the fence another 16 feet that way. That's where I'm going to put my gate. So 8 feet up the hill, then angle it the next 7-ish feet to the gate post. Then if I put a 6-foot gate, I'll have gracious plenty. And then this piece here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in, and then that way I can go and get my other materials for the gate and for that other hog panel, and we might be able to finish this thing today. That hurt. Yeah. Woo! That hurt. I came up a little bit too high outside of the post, or off the post, and I hit the edge, the top of the post with the edge of that thing, and the top came down right on top of my head. That's what happens when you go too fast, when you try to go too fast, and it's not just the time lapse. I tend to do that stuff too fast. All right, I'm gonna get a drink of water, and hopefully my head will clear here, and I'll be able to get this done. I need to put my gate up here so I can position my other post here. That way I can get this last piece of hog panel exactly the right length. I'm going to put a latch here. It's one of those that you can pull the top up, and it's going to be mounted. It's going to be mounted right here to this post, and a piece of it comes mounts actually to the pole here, the pipe here, and there's a rod that sticks out like this, and it comes in and it latches onto this. I needed at least 2.5 inches between the pipe, the outside of the pipe, and the inside of the post, and I've got pretty much right at 3 inches, so that should be almost perfect. But I'm pleased with how that turned out. I won't be using the chain on this. I can find another purpose for that. But appreciate you tuning in, watching us build this. In the next episode, we'll be working on the shelter for them. So this has been a nice challenging job, especially trying to do it by myself. We're going to get this done here in the next couple of days, and then in I think 3 or 4 days from now, those pigs will arrive here on the property, and things are going to change. It's going to be a little bit different. It's the first time we'll have ever had pigs on the property, so this is going to be an interesting journey. So stick with us on that. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.